Good morning, everybody. It's Stephen Williams, founder and president of the CreditRepairShop.com. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about how to get you moving towards getting the credit that you deserve. And I'm going to go into even more detail about how you have to be thinking about what you're going to be able to do and how to do it. Like when people send me emails and they have questions, a lot of it comes down to how can I take action to be able to get things done. But I could tell by what they're doing is that they're kind of thinking the wrong way, because they're setting themselves up for failure, because what they're doing is they're thinking that it's all about technical actions to get to a certain goal. Because when you lead that way, when you think that you can only fix something by doing it technically, what'll happen is that when it doesn't work with that technique, all of a sudden people quit. That's why so many people start things and then they end up quitting when it doesn't work a certain way. So in this video, I'm gonna kind of make you aware of things, and I'm gonna use an example of what I did with my that I gave my business consulting clients on Friday when I made a video for them. And then we're going to go into what you need to be able to, what you need to do in the thinking process to repair your credit so you can get to good or excellent credit. And so let me just start here. What I had talked about was an experience that I had in boot camp. I went into the United States Army when I was 17 years old, right out of high school. And the first shocker, other than them yelling at you, one of the shockers that kind of hit me very hard, and it was something that I didn't say to people when I was in there, was they had these requirements that we were going to be running 2 miles and then 5 miles a day. And I was thinking to myself, I did do track in school, but I never had ran long distance. I was bad at running long distances, and I was like, how am I going to be able to run that long? And what they do in the United States Army, which is what I think has helped me in my life, and it would be able to help people that didn't go to the military, which was they did what I would consider overriding your personality. They actually make you think in a way by physical labor, or being physical or making you do it mentally and physically by pushing you so you will get over that fear. So long story short, I began running 2 miles a day, and then it got up to 5 miles a day. And then another thing happened where they said you got to walk 20 miles every other day. And because I was a grunt, you had to walk 20 miles with 100 pounds on your back and your M16 up like this. You couldn't have it down in bad position. You had to be ready. You were practicing to be ready just in case you got ambushed. And I was like, how am I going to do that? I was like, what have I got myself into? But I passed all of that. And there were people that dropped out. There were people, and we had got up to running 100 miles every month. So I went from not thinking I could do it all the way to thinking that I could do it. And what I think was the difference between me and the people that dropped out was that I started to see myself succeeding. Rather than staying bogged down into where I was at, which was a person that had never ran that much, I started seeing myself as a person that ran it. I became what they were telling me I could become. I gave in and said, okay, I'm here. What does it take to get to this success? Rather than thinking about constantly, I can't do it. I've never ran that amount of time. So in the people that failed, the people that they got sent home out of boot camp, or they had to do what's called recycle, start over again, were the people that could not see themselves doing it. And your credit is the same way. Imagine your bad credit in a box, and then imagine in another box good or excellent credit that you want. And what most people do when I share this exercise with them is that they start thinking negative, either about what they have to do to get to there, which brings on, like what I just talked about with running, brings on a whole slew of negativity, fears, and brings up past failures, or they just think that it's just too hard to do. So what I want you to do is just follow my words. If you have to review and watch this video again, because this is like the secret sauce of changing things in your life, of getting you to where you want to be with your credit. And let me tell you something right now and make it clear, and I know I've said this in other videos, you already have good or excellent credit. You just haven't claimed it yet. And I'm about to show you another way to help you claim it. And I think that my job is to give you exercises so you can become more aware. So because one of those is going to click and it's going to be like, okay, that's what he was talking about. That's why motivational speakers like Bob Proctor, Reverend Ike, Tony Robbins, that's why you have to listen to all of these people, because it's at some point for the way that your mind has been trained and put together all of your years of living, it has to be accessed a different way. It's like a program. I could put a piece of that program in, they could put a piece of that program in, and it can wipe away certain bad programs. And then all of a sudden it's clicking and you're able to start getting to where you want to be. So we're going to grab a piece of paper. Grab a piece of paper, and I'm going to take a quick drink of my coffee here. Grab a piece of paper and a pen, pencil, something that you can write with. And you might want to, you can, on the first part of the paper, don't put your box on the same boxes on both pieces of paper. Either put it on one side or the other side, or have two pieces of paper next to each other, because some of your boxes going to be pretty damn full on both sides. So on box number one, what you need to do is you need to put everything that's bad about your credit. Put it in that box. And this exercise is for box number one actually does two things for people. Number one, it helps you look at what the situation actually is for your bad credit, and it also takes it out of you. Some of the times I tell people what to do, and Bob Proctor actually talked about this, is when you write down that information on the paper, the stuff that's holding you back on, that's considered bad credit on your reports, is you can turn that paper around. You can turn it to different sides. You can give it to other people. And then you ask yourself that question, like, is that you, or is that just problems on a piece of paper? That's what helps people get over the emotional parts of things that they think are bad about them, when it's really just a situation that you're going through right now. So you look at that piece of paper and you wrote down all of the things that you're facing with your bad credit. And some of them might not just be on your reports. It might be the bad habits that you did to get you into that situation. It might be the people that you are in relationships with. It might be other family members. It might be just, maybe you go and you gamble your money away. Put it in that box. And then on the next paper, or on the other side, draw another box, and that box is good or excellent credit. And then you need to draw out what that would look like to you, how you would feel. How do you think a person with good credit lives their life? Write all of that stuff down. Does a person with good credit, maybe want to think like, does a person with good or excellent credit drive a certain car, live in a certain house, live in a certain neighborhood? What is it? What does that person have on their report? Do they got American Express Gold Card or Black Card, or maybe no credit card? Maybe they just use all cash. Write that down in there. And then look at that. And this, just like on the other side, this is that individual that you are saying you want to be, because why would you write it if you didn't think that that's who you wanted to be? Well, I'm telling you, if you can think that way, that is who you can be and who you really are, but you just have not claimed and accepted to be that person. So what you have to do to become the person in box number 2 in your state of mind, in your full consciousness, because right now you are not fully conscious that you could be that person, is that you must confront and acknowledge everything that is in box number 1, and you must decide and commit to reversing every item that is in box number 1. You must do a full clean out, like cleaning out the house, like doing a spring cleaning, like cleaning your basement. If you live in up north where I live at, where we have basements, you got to clean it out. Every fear must be confronted. Every fear must be confronted. You cannot turn your back on it. You cannot run from it. You must confront it. Every obstacle must be jumped for you to get to what you desire in box number 2. You have to do it. Now, you have to do it with the understanding. I'm going to help you make it through that, because what tends to happen with us is, like, if we haven't ever done something before, all of those fears, doubts, worries, everything starts to jump at us. Our brain works faster than the fastest supercomputer on the planet, because soon as you say to yourself, I'm going to do this, or you start making some actions to do it, all of these fears, worries, all of these misconceptions, the faces of friends and family that you might have to tell things to come to mind, and you start to think, maybe I cannot do it. So this is what you have to do. This is what I do when I want to accomplish a goal, is that you must have the understanding that you won't know the outcome of everything that you're going to be doing. So you're going to go into this action of getting and becoming the person in box number 2 with the understanding that you will not know the outcome of each thing that you're going to do. You must have that understanding, because if you knew, you would already be in box number 2. So you need to understand that you don't know how it feels right now to be that person in box number 2. So that's why I had you write out box number 2. And I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but that's why I had you write out box number 2, because box number 2 is going to be what you go to when you have doubts, fears, and worries and obstacles. You're going to read it, because that's your ultimate goal. You're going to be focused on the goal. I must also tell you that I don't know how long it's going to take for you. I don't know how long it's going to take for you to get to your desired goal. I just know that if you work on it, you will get there. If you work on it, you'll get there. If you work on it every day and you had a goal in mind, you will get there. You must stay focused on everything in box number 2, and don't worry about if you don't have the money. Don't worry about if the time. You just have to take the action steps one at a time. So now, I know that that's a lot, and I try to condense it. I could go even further into this stuff, but I'm going to break them up in different videos so you can can absorb them in small pieces. But review this video, do this exercise, comment below on what you're going to do, put it on paper, put it in the comments, and let's make this a whole community of people that are getting help, so you can actually show people that you're taking steps, and that might help another person take steps. When I was in boot camp, you know, they would pair us up with people, and when I didn't feel that I could do it, the person that they paired me up would push me, and vice versa. When he didn't feel like he could do it, I would push him. That's why they call it being in the foxhole with the person in the foxhole. That person helps you overcome when you get to a level where you think you can't overcome something. So let's help everybody do that by posting what you're going through, and you'll see that you may not be going through as much as you think compared to what other people are going through. So if I'm going to end the video here, but I want to end with, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. For the steps that you need to take, just refer to my other videos. I've pointed them out here: how to deal with collections, summons, judgments, all of that stuff is here on my YouTube channel. So subscribe to my channel and you'll see all of the videos where I walk you step by step on the action steps that you could take to repair your credit. So please subscribe to my channel. Please spread the word about my channel. If you need help, go to my website, thecreditrepairshop.com, and you know, contact us. We can help you if you are just too busy and you want someone to do it for you. You're still gonna have to do the part where you understand and allow us to do the work, but you're still gonna have to make some mental changes and have goals in mind. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to www.your3scores.com. Grab those and take a look. That's probably the first place you need to go. If you want to complete box number 1, you need to know exactly what's on your credit reports. So this is Stephen Williams. I really thank you for taking the time to allow me to share this information with you. Make it a wonderful day. Take action. Don't quit. Accomplish your goals and claim your good or excellent credit. Thank you.